because you're shit. And we've lost, and you can all go fuck yourself, and next year I'm coaching St Albans.
The Escape Pod.
Hello and welcome to this, a podcast. I'm Timmy Taco.
Jezbot.
And I'm Sean Enough.
Yeah, we're going to get straight into it because we're sitting here and the lights flickered a little. That always worries me when whenst recording. I just stuck the head out to see how the kids were. Oh, there's a thunderstorm. We saw lightning. So at any stage, the pod could go under. So hopefully
So get all your
autosave.
good stuff out.
Hopefully autosave works. Is there an autosave on Ableton? Don't know yet.
Don't know yet.
Did you bring your laptop?
No.
Damn it. That would have been...
No,
really
I'm stemming out every stem from every track I've made before I bring it.
Ever.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm going to drop it off on Saturday morning if that's okay.
Yeah, I am a precautionary saver when it comes to computers. And I have a somewhat religious methodology when it comes to saving stuff.
For sure.
I have the backup on the computer,
You must.
external hard drive, and the
better.
external hard drive's backup external hard drive.
I think I've
too
even
much?
had one of your hard drives in my house before.
Oh, thank you.
Timmy Taco, a.k.a. DJ Relic's housekeeping is second to none.
That's right.
Really. It
Yeah.
is. It's so neat and tidy. Nonetheless, you probably... Everything's named, hidden in appropriate folders.
It sure is. Yes, none of this new file, new 2018, which is what some people do.
But how do you remember your song names when it's like Funky Jam? That Funky Jam.
Another funky jam.
Saturday.
Yeah, it's true. It
Yeah.
does get like that.
Yes.
But I like the naming of tracks.
What's your favourite track name, Tim?
Monk to Willie to Honk.
Oh, that's-
I don't know.
there you go.
No, I don't really have one.
We'll go through it.
I don't play
for next
favourites. Actually, that's one thing you should know about me that you're getting to bro me.
week.
I never play favourites.
It's hard. It's hard to define
kids-
yourself to one option. When someone asks you what's your favourite colour, what's your favourite this or
This
that.
is how I feel about it.
There is a plethora of wonder out there.
And I found that I quit it when I had kids because you can't play faves, but they are constantly, since the day they can talk, what's your favourite this? What's your favourite that? And so yeah, you tend to shut down the favourites, which is what I do. Have you got a favourite?
I've got a favourite brother, that's for sure.
Great.
And it's,
Have you got a favourite? Like, this is the thing that I always get. What's your favourite song?
Yes. Look, yeah, it's impossible.
I just go,
I
yeah, I just go,
think
no.
it's,
Yeah.
can be quantified.
And who could remember, really? That one defining moment where that you've enjoyed it that much that you said, I've enjoyed this more than I've ever enjoyed anything else in comparison, and I will never enjoy anything else in comparison ever again. So this, therefore, is my favourite.
That's right. And at the most, you should say, this is my second favourite song. Why is it your second favourite song? Because I haven't found the first
There you
favourite
go.
yet.
I find myself when I'm listening to my favourites, I get 3/4 of the way in and go,
Not
and
so
then,
fave.
and then skip it.
Yeah.
It's a disposable culture of things these days. Everything's
sure
so
is.
readily available. Even your favourites sort of like give you something else.
Just hit and
Readily
quit it.
available, readily deletable.
Give me the hits of the song. I want the verse, chorus, breakdown, and then I'll skip to the next
So
one.
the whole song just chorus?
I don't need to hear the last bit. Oh, what was that?
That's
Tim?
right. We're getting messages from our fans
Oh, yeah.
saying turn off the messages. So it stops beeping.
Yes, that is in my notes. I was going to say our parents are over in London. They've created a messenger group.
Yes.
Keep it off Facebook, just keep it a bit more private. But there's about 75 people in the
There
group.
it is. And it's hard to
And
know when to chime in. And
Or chime
what with.
out because I'm getting like 6 a.m.
She's-
messages. Like it's the time difference over there. And
Yeah,
this
there's a time difference,
This is a
Mum.
big shout out over there, Mum. Do it later or,
they all
or
about-
earlier.
Are they all about how the chocolate tastes better over there?
Isn't that the Dutch?
Swiss,
Well, obviously Swiss
like
and
their
Dutch,
chocolates.
but no, like of the Cadbury variety, even normal varieties in the northern hemisphere, they don't have to include a chemical that stops it from melting too quickly that they have to put down here because it gets so warm. So it changes the taste. So a lot of people come over from the UK and eat like a Cadbury chocolate bar and go, "This isn't chocolate."
Yeah, and I tend to agree. Because
emulsifiers.
Whelan sent me over, a good friend of ours, big shout out. There's a message again. That is our
Yes,
mother.
we're well aware of the chocolate.
You're on
Tastes
the
great.
podcast, Mum, officially. he sent me some chocolate bars. You got your onesie. You got your no, I think it was a twosie. I think it was called a twosie.
A twinsy?
Something
You've
like
got
that.
all sorts. You've got your Yorkies. You've got your double deckers. You've got your dime bars. The list goes
They
on.
were something else.
Right.
Like, I couldn't get enough. Send me some of that. Send me some of
chocolate.
that crack chocolate.
Yeah,
So we
just
talked
don't
about
leave it
this.
out in the sun.
Not a big chocolate guy myself.
Well,
We've talked about this before.
maybe we get Whelan, if you're listening to this. Can you send us over some tasty treats? Your pick.
Yes.
But
But give me that pure London chocolate.
give me that
flavour.
nut.
Give me that. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, good.
That's great.
I wanted to kick into an oldie, but a goodie,
Yeah.
which we haven't done for eons.
Yes.
And I'll play a little intro because back in the day when we had little intros for everything, did we?
Yeah, when you were more motivated to make them.
I had time to edit
Yeah.
afterwards, so I'll hit this. Hopefully, this is the right one. Is that the right one, Jeremy?
Yeah, it
Why
is.
don't you punch me in the face? Punch me in the fucking face!
Punch me in the face.
Oh.
Now, are you privy to this segment?
It's an old Adsty Nukes.
might be
I've had
before
plenty
you.
of punches in the face, but this I've never done this
my
program. No.
Okay, so ideally, what it means is that something that annoys you or irks you. It's like a Saturday. What was I saying earlier?
What cheeses me off?
What cheeses me off?
What
from
grinds
Hey
my
Hey It's
gears?
Saturday.
What grinds my gears?
What gets
bursts
my
my
goat?
bubble?
What gets my goat?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So I've just been in traffic.
Mm.
I'm going to say traffic drives me to drink. Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I just spent a 15-minute car trip to, Mulgrave.
Yeah. It's very
I don't want to
close.
say anything bad about Mulgrave. And it took me 2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours.
Yep. Traffic is hectic.
Well, there was a hiccup. We went over to a good friend of ours, Doritas,
Oh, yes.
and she has sold us another car. Just a little
congratulations.
shit kicker.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to call it the Game & Watch because it's a little compact silvery thing that makes, when you turn the indicator on, sounds like that game Octopus that we used to play.
Okay.
Remember the little handheld
Oh,
Game & Watch thing?
there you go.
Yeah.
Might call it Game & Watch.
What was the...
I thought,
how did-
I thought because it looked like a gay man's watch.
Yeah,
Man's
Gay
Watch.
Man's Watch.
Yes.
Game. That's a
Which,
Gay Man's
you know,
Watch.
would be particularly stylish, I would assume.
That's a great-
Game and Watch. Sorry about that.
I want that gay watch now, but...
But because we've never driven it before, I had to take young Vanessa, my wife, for those who don't know. I'm introducing everybody I know right now. I had to take her over there to pick the car up so she could get her hair did.
Yeah.
And she couldn't get it in reverse.
Okay.
So I got halfway down the freeway and she called me. She's like, I can't reverse.
She's got to put it in H.
No, so I got back, added 45 minutes to my trip, went back, and sure enough, I didn't see you put those sunnies on. Sure enough, I couldn't get it in reverse. I ended up doing the old pushing her out. She's like, well, I can't drive this because
So it's an automatic or is it a manual?
it's a manual.
And she couldn't get in reverse. Okay.
Couldn't get in reverse.
Bit sticky on the old clutch there, Tim.
So we turned it around by hand, and then I gave her my car, or our car. I let her drive the good car, and then I drove a manual for the first time
like a
in
gentleman.
It's not a
8,000 years.
European car. It doesn't like you have to lift up the
It's a Holden.
the stick. Well, Holden, the smaller models were actually ended up being made by a German company, Opel.
Which is why the indicator's on the wrong side.
Exactly. So it's of that
And you
variety.
need to put it in H.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's in a different spot on the opposite, or sometimes you even have to lift up the stick before
Lift
you
up
put
the
it
stick, which is how I worked it out. So
Right,
what fucking who I want
Why
to
don't you punch me in the face? Punch me in the fucking face!
is the reverse stick.
Okay. Right.
That's who I want to fucking punch in the fucking face.
Did you go straight onto YouTube and go...
No, I went straight into first, and I drove all the way home. And then when I got home here, I worked it out in the street. But as I'm doing that, Trevor's walking up the road.
I was just about to ask
he's
about
looking-
Trevor.
He's and I must admit he doesn't know the car because I just picked it up.
He does now.
But I have to park it out the front. So and I thought, wow, I'm so angry right now because I'd just done this 2-hour drive and couldn't put it in H.
And then you see your neighbour who's
And then I
accused of
almost got
scratching
out of the
your
car
cars.
and went, right, this is my new car. Leave it alone, bloke.
Can we just take a quick pause and turn Messenger
I don't
off?
know how to
'Cause-
turn Messenger off.
So is that going to come through to the podcast every time?
I think so.
Mum messages.
Every time you hear that little beep, that's Mum saying interrupting.
Well, I was about to throw a little bit of illusion on and say, just imagine every time you hear that beep, that's other fantastic listeners like yourself getting involved. And you should be getting involved as well.
True.
There's a barrel, there's names going in it. Every now and then
wait
we
a
do
second.
chop
Here
me
we
out.
go. It's a chop me out. Can I get a chop me out? Oh yeah, there you go. Because I've got the sound effects on hand. So that's who I want to punch in the effing face.
I know. I'll punch in the face in a minute.
Yeah, and that's fair enough. What you really want to punch in the face is probably Holden for sending their manufacturing offshore where they do things so utterly differently.
This is the common story, isn't it?
Really?
So everything
If they were-
going offshore.
Exactly. If they were made in Australia, it would be made with an Australian sentiment. You'd know where H is.
Yep.
Or the
You'd know.
reverse.
Oh, and speaking of Dorota, she posted up a photo of her mum in 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Spitting image of
Vanessa.
Yeah.
It was weird.
It was weird.
It was really, really weird.
Not that weird, they say that.
I'm not having a crack here, but super hot.
Super hot.
Dorota, your mum's hot.
Yep. And for the record, Vanessa.
It's wrong on
you're
so
hot
many
too.
levels.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's such a layered.
It's a laid cake.
Yeah, it sure is.
It's,
It's a delicious laid cake.
Well, I know.
But that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. And, they say that's an old typical thing of, people being attracted to members of the opposite sex that look like their
I was
parents.
going to say members of the family.
That's right. Nah, man.
They're distant cousins.
Yeah.
No, not
Yeah.
at all.
But big shout outs. You getting given the car or
No, we're buying it off him.
okay?
So just for a cool grand.
Now, what do you think about the old friends selling friends cars?
No, look, they were going to donate it because they just wanted to get rid of it. And
Now they're
one of
in for a
their
grand.
Frenchy friends.
Oh yeah, French.
No, the Spanish guy that's always
yeah.
that guy. He's been driving it for a year, so I'd say reliable. And Georgie Boy brought it up. Who's Dorota's husband, by the way, for all those people that don't know Georgie Boy. He said 1,500. I said I'll give you 1,000 tomorrow. And he went, okay, sold. And then Vanessa was having a conversation with Dorota about the same thing, but she said 1,000. So
There you go.
I could have got it down
it
to
500.
800.
Yeah.
Damn
I
it.
would have come in at 5.
yeah,
Oh, well, come on down. The price is right.
the price is always right.
It's a buyer's market.
Yeah, so in answer to your question, I'm not going to go back to them and go, sell me, Dad. I'm going to go,
I got
that
$1,000.
$1,000, I got, 800 Ks out of that $1,000. It's worth it.
And you know what? The Germans do build a good car.
Yes.
I know they took.
The
I know
Germans.
how you
They
feel
also
about.
built a really good tank.
Oh, well,
But for those that know their history, they were promised the Volkswagen was sold to everybody over there on spec.
yes.
Like, this new car that's coming out, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. And then what they did is they manufactured the base for them all. And just as they were about to launch, the war broke out. So they just went, oh, we just happen to have all these wheelbases, and they turned them all into tanks. So I guess that was their plan all along.
maybe.
Possibly.
Can you
Possibly.
name-
It's a great pyramid scheme.
It's a solution.
Yeah, that's
Is,
right.
is it a final solution?
No, it's one of the first ones.
BMWs were built with the help of prisoners in the concentration camps.
Yeah, and don't leak stamps because the glue is made in prison, and
Yeah.
they urinate in the
And
paste.
semen.
Yeah.
And semen.
Cum glue.
Is that why
Yeah, I
it
thought
tastes so
that's-
good?
Is that why it was so familiar?
Actually, that's kind of a segue. I know we're
not.
going. We're,
How so?
it's
Who'd
not
you-
a punch in the face. I'll loop back to the prison story that I've got for later.
Do so.
Yeah,
But who do you
How
want
about
to
that?
punch in the
Who
face?
do you
Well,
want to
punch in the face, and we are talking about conspiracy sort of things here. It's the old Grampian's black cat. Big
yeah,
the old
cat, possibly.
black cat.
Yeah, possibly a panther left over from World War II or something like that.
What, as a mascot to some
Possibly
A
general?
mascot,
or, like,
yeah, a
I think
mascot from the
possibly
US
a
Air Force.
Small
Yes.
country,
Yes.
a diplomat to small country towns because he's very well travelled.
Well, this cat's
Yeah,
getting
but
around.
rarely seen.
Now, I'll just pass that around. Sure enough, you can see that Tim's seen it.
I've seen it. Yep.
Danos put us onto this, so thanks. Big shout out to Danos.
For our listeners, what I'm looking at, what Jezbot's just passed me, is a photo of the black cat, but it is particularly blurry, and there's absolutely nothing in the photo to add the sense of scale.
Okay, so there is a video attached to it, which is currently not playing, but it was filmed from 100 meters away.
Yeah.
So
And it's not a
hard
bad job.
It's not a bad job.
I've seen worse.
But like from that, there looks more like a cat than a panther. But
Sure.
they're saying 3 times the size,
Yeah.
right? I don't want to steal your bit.
Well, no, there is no bit. It's something's out there. This guy's got the footage, and he's on Channel 9.
Yeah, because they always hit up the people and what did you see, and you've got footage and interview them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, this guy is just a local farmer guy, and he said, I've shot plenty of feral cats, and this one, I don't know, it was way bigger than a feral cat. It was black, and it was big.
Yeah.
I would say 5 times bigger than a feral cat around this area. He never said it's a panther or anything like that, but he's got the footage. He's gone on Channel 9, and who I'm going to punch in the face is Karl Stefanovic.
Yeah.
Because he was treating him like he had said, aliens landed in my backyard. JFK, there was a magic bullet, like all the conspiracies in one breath. And he was treating him with contempt on air.
Wow.
It's like, say, I'm telling the story, right? Can you remember what? Oh, you tell the story, and I'll do what Carl did.
So I was.
Yeah.
I was just filming
Did
out
ya?
the back.
Yeah,
and,
did ya?
Yeah, and I saw a big cat.
Or didn't. Or didn't.
No, it was definitely a cat. It was probably a feral cat.
Oh,
I'd say.
really? Yeah. You've seen a lot of feral cats, have you?
Yeah, shot about 15 to 20 feral cats in my time.
Okay.
It was about 5 times bigger than a normal cat.
Oh, as if.
And what town did you say this happened in?
My town. You fucking.
So did you have your ice on your Wheaties for breakfast?
Yeah, that's it. Have you been drinking or smoking any of that wacky tobacco?
And this guy is legit. He's just a legit dude. He's just a farmer. He's not going to go on Channel 9 unless he's seen something.
I know. I don't see
it was
farmers
just infuriating.
sitting on their snipper snoppers or their what was the other one?
Combined harvest.
Yeah, they're not sitting on there going, I need to go viral.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
what I need.
Who knows?
I need to turn this real virus into something that goes real viral.
And he actually mocked his the grainy footage. He actually did say that. So it's pretty far away. How do you know how big it is? And pretty bad filming there. It's a bit blurry.
Well, as I said, I've caught 50 feral cats, and you're a cunt.
I think it's a bit.
Punch in the face.
It's a bit unfair that they've bought the story, brought him on, and just to berate him.
To mock
Yeah,
him.
but you know, this is like if you follow the conspiracy channel, it's shut it down, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's default shut it down. So Carl's obviously a slave to the man.
Well, he's owned by what's Channel 9?
Murdoch.
Is it?
And he said in in the same breath. No, before
He sounds like a fucking maniac. Murdoch. Who's your boss? Murdoch. Murdoch sent me.
But Carl opened the story. I'm remembering. It's all coming back to me now.
Yeah.
Sasquatch, Loch Ness Monster,
Sure.
and this guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sounds fake to me.
Yeah.
Yep. Carl?
Punch in the face.
There you go. Have you got a punch in the face? Because we kind of put you on the spot with that segment. You don't
Yeah,
even
that's
know.
right.
I'm sure you could get angry pretty quickly, though.
Oh, that's right. Let's say, when you're walking down the street, the people try to stop you and sell you things, or sign up for charity. Like I give the same institutions that try to stop you. I do donate to those charities, but them stopping you in the street and their tactics.
It's the cold call tactic.
Cold call tactic. It's very it's very fake and it's very predator like. They spot their prey coming down the street and they attack. And over the years, I used to be an absolute sucker. I'd get done every time, but now I've developed a pretty cold demeanour where they don't even bother me anymore, which is pretty good. But at the same time, they're the people that I'd like to punch in the face, because sometimes they stop you and you just think...
Well, I've got a technique for that.
Punching him in the face.
Just walks up to him and punches him straight in the face.
Oh, yeah. I want to... Don't you like kittens? Don't you like kittens? Oh, no, it's not about that. Don't you like kids?
Yeah.
You scumbag.
Yeah.
So as we're walking down the street, they're always parked outside of Coles.
Yep.
And the old bloke selling flags or badges.
Anzac ribbons, or
you got me dollar. You got me dollar
for
digger.
sure.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Dollar digger. But the ring-ins. So if I'm not engaged in conversation once I've picked up my children, once I see them, like we're not talking until we see that they're there, and I'm like, right, start it up. So Audrey will go, and then she said blah 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 blah, and then do the chitter chatter.
That's it.
Until we get past.
You're involved. Don't make eye contact.
That's it. Oh, sorry, I've just picked up your kids from school. I want to catch up with them, right?
Do you know, with the old cobbers and the Aussie dingoes, they're sitting behind a table and they're not going to get up because they've got the gout, and they're like...
No, that's right. That's completely
you can
optional.
Just walk around them. They don't care. They're too old to care.
Yeah, I'll take 2 badges, thanks, Kanga.
Yeah, that's right, Bluey. And but those Oxfam cats, they're usually good looking with white teeth and stuff, and then they're smiling. They come right up to you.
Do we really know where the cash goes? Doesn't it go into the facilities?
Well, they've got to pay these guys, don't they?
That's right.
Yeah,
They've got to do the ads,
right?
Oh, yeah.
There can be quite large profit margins.
Can you get commission on that? Commission on collections?
Commission.
So if you're enlisting, you're out there, you're going, sign up today.
That's what it's all
for
about.
The orangutans.
It's commission based.
It is.
They make very little money unless they get the sales, and that's why they're so very hard on you to make the sale. I was walking down the street the other day, and a guy, I walked past him, and he said he didn't have an in, and he just said to me straight out of the blue, "You look nice."
which is
I was pretty much like, "Excuse me." And he's like, are you nice?" I said, I am, but I'm not stopping.
Do you like helping children?
Yeah,
No,
well,
you do.
speaking of children, I'll throw out there to the podcasters, because I don't think we've said this on air, that my son Mason, for those that don't know, I know you guys know, in reference to this podcast, I was saying that there's a podcast coming up, and he wanted to know if the handsome guy was going to come.
That's right.
That's Sean Enough over there,
Yes.
because you bought chocolate a couple of times early in the day.
I've brought chocolate. He associates my visual with chocolate.
But in order for me to know who he was talking about, he described you as the handsome guy. So,
like I said, that's
you
very
look-
smart. And what
so
did I do? I
you
brought
do look
chocolate the
nice.
next week.
Yeah.
You do look nice.
Thanks.
So it is a good end.
I'll tell you what, who I'm
So
going to
bad.
punch in the face with the donations. I don't know if you guys have seen this in the service stations, a little tap and go function next to you're paying, you tap and go,
Yeah.
to donate a quick $2.
Oh, right.
To, I don't know who it was, Salvos maybe.
Are you tapping that and then they're taking all of your data?
Well,
Tap
I
here to
don't
give
know,
up
man.
your credit card number.
Think about if I'm going to donate a quick $2 to the Salvos, they've got to distribute those machines. Someone's got to
That's
do
right.
all the data. So you're probably getting, the Salvos are probably getting 25 cents out of
That's
that
right.
$2.
And that corporation would
What's
just
that?
rent the spot out to different,
Again, it
associations.
costs money.
Different times.
I think
Speaking of-
Hillary
money-
Clinton got, sorry, I
That's
think
right.
Hillary
Clinton.
Clinton got busted for one of her charities only giving 1% of the...
Isn't that what, like, we give 1 cent for every Big Mac sold?
Yeah,
It's
10
like,
cents on
couldn't
McCarpy
you-
Day.
yeah.
Okay.
Couldn't you do a little more? We sold 1 million burgers. Worked out pretty well for us.
Well, this is my theory with the Batman movies and
yeah.
the heroes and whatever, and they're always making 275 million and stuff. So like, can't we just make a Batman movie that's donated completely to curing cancer or something? Or
No, it's run by crime lords who need to launder the money, right? And the best way to launder the money is to put it into a big blockbuster movie.
I think you've said
and then when
before.
it washes out the other end,
You put it in a dirty
quadruples.
You put it in a,
so this answers a
if
question.
you wash your ass with Star Wars, you're gonna get Mickey Mouse in there.
This answers a question that we brought up in a previous podcast of why do people care, or why do they publicise the amount of money made in the box office by
Why
movies?
do they do that?
Well, it's because they need makes it public knowledge.
Paper
Yeah.
trail.
It's a paper trail.
yeah.
Yeah.
You've said it before, Tim. Your words directly.
Yeah.
Put in a dirty 30, get out a clean. I don't know, something. I'll figure it out later.
Did I say that?
Yeah, it's
Okay, you must have listened to our podcast recently to know that. That's a very
always-
specific quote.
It's always
God
stuck,
knows.
Tim. Put in a dirty 30, get it in a clean. I don't know, whatever. Say something later on.
Okay.
Going back to petrol stations and tap and goes. You know they got the phone app for the petrol stations now, but you don't have to go in to pay. You can actually pay via a phone app.
I am not aware of this.
Well, there's an app. So basically, you go in and you fill up and you pay via the app and you can drive off.
It takes you 45 minutes to load the app up and
God
work out
knows.
what's going
God
on.
knows. I'm sure it's probably convenient, but not that convenient. A couple of weeks ago, a bloke went to the service station, paid via the app, went home. Cops come to pick him up. He was getting done for not paying for his petrol. He had to go back and suffer a fair public
So what, he
humiliation.
He didn't press confirm. Or
No, he
something
confirmed it. The cashier wasn't aware that the app existed, so reported it to the police
Tell
when
your
he.
fucking staff about the app.
That's right.
And I thought next to all the Bowsers it says, please turn off your phone.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, see,
So-
it's a conspiracy, Jeremy.
So I've got to turn my phone off, fill up, turn my phone back on, go to the app.
Go inside where you get a free Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and say, I'm using the app to pay for my petrol.
Then you take 15 minutes to find the app. Yeah, it's
it's
a very fucking inconvenient convenience.
all that shit, man. They've had those credit cards on the Bowsers for years. I don't know anyone that uses a credit card on a Bowser.
I always, because you
I
can't.
actually tried the other day, and I pressed the button to say pay here because I thought, oh fuck it, I'm not going in, and it said, please pay at the counter.
No, it gets you, see, because you think it's like a great idea. Pay there. It saves you a lot of time,
Tap and go.
but you can't do it as soon as you start filling up. It cuts you off, and you've got to go pay in. You have to prepay, and every time I just put the petrol bowser in and fill up, and then I turn around and look at me and go pay at the pump. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'll
Should do that. I'll do it next time.
I'll do that next time.
No,
Yeah,
I've never done it once.
So I do my tax at the end of the year, and it's a little game I play, Jeremy. It's the spray and pay. I call it. So spray the petrol into your car.
Squeeze that trigger.
But in order to pay, you try and get whole numbers. So you go squirt, 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 squirt,
Yeah,
squirt.
for sure. Yeah.
So I'm not a put in $20.
Hell
Squirt,
no.
squirt till it hurts, right?
I'm not
You're not punching in
Pre-entering the amount.
You're trying
of-
to. It's a game, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because
course it is.
I've got a 99% hit rate on the whole number.
So the problem with
Petrol
the
game.
pre-programming it in is that last dollar slows right down.
Oh, it does.
And I like that.
Oh, so you're losing time.
Losing time, or it could be back in the car. I've tapped and goed. I've gone through the drive-through of life.
Yep.
I'm not going to interact with anyone anymore.
And when it starts dribbling out, it's sad and pathetic, and it feels like you're getting that dirty end stream.
yeah, that's
It's,
right.
it's the last couple of pushes out of your
It's the
bladder.
dregs, boys.
Okay, slows down. I've got a little bit of the old
Excellent.
because I just experienced this. I went and picked food up for the kids, and occasionally I call the fish and chip shop ahead of time, and I say, "Give me this, give me that." They say it's going to be this.
We saw that meal. It's delicious out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I've done that since I've been here in the last 20 years. I've done that, a fair amount of times. The last 15 times,
Okay.
right? I place the order, and then she says to me, it's going to be $18.95, and your order number is 8418.
Okay.
I know it's been the same number every time because I write it in my phone thinking it means something, but when she said it tonight, I thought,
I'm gonna,
what's going on here?
So
I
the last
always
digits of your
get
phone number?
8418.
Is it the last digits of your phone number?
I'm assuming.
Is it your PIN number?
I'm assuming that everybody's 8418.
That's what I'm thinking.
And they don't know. They haven't worked that out yet.
That's like
Because
the old.
why would she recite it if every ticket is 8418? Or am I just?
Well, the weird
Am I
science
just getting
button,
it every
I'm
time?
not
I don't-
so sure I understand that correlation either.
I think you've misused the button.
No. Is there science?
There is a
afoot
sci-
here?
there is a
okay.
way to find out.
All right.
Yes, the scientific
Okay.
method would state
Science would say anything within space and time
Yeah.
and the laws of physics
Yeah.
lies in the weird science. Okay.
Okay, yeah. It's just,
the weird science
It's
of
weird
everything.
Science. Physics is weird.
Yeah.
Science?
no,
Question mark.
I think maybe
So-
it's like the old Buddhist teachings. You know, there's the Beatles used to go chant and stuff with the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi.
Take LSD.
Yeah, that's right. They used to give them. They learned how to meditate from this Maharishi.
Masturbate.
take
And
LSD and
he
then
gives them
masturbate.
each a mantra, and you're told not to tell anybody your mantra ever.
That's actually sucking someone's dick.
Yeah,
Don't
or your
tell
secrets,
anyone.
and then
it's
they
a
sign
secret
you up.
mantra.
They sign you
Anyways,
up to Scientology.
anyways,
Tell
you
me
could
all
learn
the
something here.
secrets.
The mantra, and everyone's told their mantra, and you're supposed to repeat that when you meditate to clear your mind or focus on it. Anyways,
I am
you're not allowed to
nervous.
tell anybody your mantra, like your 8418. She assumes no one else is going to know, but it turned out they did tell, and everyone actually got the same mantra. Whereas you go for this big ceremony, you think you're getting told something individual.
Or is it a test to see who's the most conformist? So if I go there and I go, ticket number 8418, please, she'll go, I know. You're conformist, you're a sheep. I'm saying the weird science is, am I calling it dinner time, the exact time? Because when I result to getting the fish and chips, it's like, can't be fucked making food.
Thursday night.
Thursday night,
Boys are coming
it is.
over.
It's actually after Mason's swimming, which got cancelled because I was in fucking traffic, right?
Damn.
Punch in the face. But am I calling it at the exact same time? Hence, science.
No,
Is it coincidence? I think we've got to get to the bottom of it.
This is what
Same
I'm
amount
saying.
of people are ordering food on every Thursday night.
The science experiment would be calling up and saying, you know, when you write down my orders,
This is the thing.
are you just using the same number every time?
I don't
Start
want-
with a question.
I'm not being racist.
Start with a
Right.
compliment. Say your food is delicious. The $9 packs are
Don't cut me
second
off
to
there.
none.
Don't cut me off there. I'm not being racist.
Sorry,
But,
No.
You're about
I
to say
think
but.
the girl that answers the phone, takes the orders, has a limited English that is menu specific,
yes.
right? And she's been told to read the number out, and she doesn't know that 8418 is a number. It's just something that she reads out because she's been trained to do it.
No,
to do
I'll
it.
tell you what it is,
For
man.
working at the fish and chip shop.
I think what it is, that the order pad that you get from the news agency is 8418 dash
yeah.
434445.
Okay.
possibly.
And she doesn't know about
Is there a
that
dash?
after the dash? I don't know, but it
The
says-
dash is after the dash is the number, not before the dash. Yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
book
Which is-
number 8418.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Speaking of weird science, I've actually got some kind of weird science. It's relative
amazing.
enough anyway. It's
Yeah,
not going to
that's
fit anywhere
relative,
else.
yeah.
But apparently there's a doctor selling homeopathic sound waves on the internet, claiming they can cure a variety of illnesses. Like, not just like you don't feel too flash illnesses, like serious illnesses like Ebola, swine flu, and malaria.
Can I take a quick guess? Is it him going into the microphone? And then the prescription is hold this to your balls.
Or is it the brown note that makes you shit yourself?
Is that
But
real?
I've already got malaria. The
Have
brown
you
note,
seen
nah.
any evidence of the brown
The
note?
brown
No.
note doesn't exist.
No.
The secret weapon to make people shit
Although,
themselves.
Yeah, okay. I don't want to sidebar. Continue.
Yeah,
That's all right. But homeopathic's a trip in itself. Like
It's a trip. It's a trip,
homeopaths,
man.
they believe
Just
in
ask the
the
Beatles.
law of infinitesimals, which is basically the more diluted something is, the more potent it is.
Yes, yes.
Which I think is a sentiment shared by many Melbourne cocaine dealers. But it reminded me also
Sure
of
enough.
do you watch that Mitchell and Webb look.
Sure do.
That's
yeah.
classic. Shout outs
Yeah.
to those two comedy geniuses. They had a bit on
Welcome to the West
homeopaths, and as a guy's like, we've got another accident victim. He's been hit by a car. He's like, what sort of car is it? It was a green Ford Mondeo. He's like, right, well, get me a green Ford Mondeo, and we'll cut it into small pieces, and then put a little bit in some water, and then shake it, and then put some more water in, then shake it again, then put some more water in, and shake it again, then put 3 drops under his tongue. If that doesn't cure him, I don't know what will.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a
this,
fucking
this,
classic.
this reminds me of what the hair of the dog is.
Well, yeah, well,
Do you
sort
know
of.
the origin of the hair of the dog? It's the drink in the morning
Yeah.
after
When
a
you're hungover,
hangover.
yeah, sure,
You're
sure.
hungover and you have a little drinky poos, and it's hair of the dog.
Bloody Mary
brings
is
you
a
back
good one
to
for the
life.
morning.
What it actually comes back to is, I don't want to say ye old England, but that gives you an image of ye oldie days.
It does, very much.
Ye old England.
I'm right there.
Circa 1645.
It's cold. I've
so-
got barely enough clothes to keep me warm. Everything's
so what happens
fucking
is
covered in shit. So,
everything's covered in shit. Rabid dogs are rabid.
everywhere.
Yeah. So they're absolutely
Frequent.
everywhere. Frequent. And if you get bitten by a dog, you're going to get any list of ye oldie diseases. You got your scurvy. You got your dysentery. You got your dog
Rabies.
bite.
Yep.
Rabies. So
Swine
what they
flu.
say is that in order to cure that bite, or for what ails you, back in the ye oldie days, is to catch the dog that bit you, take some of its hair, heavily dilute it in mud, poo water from ye oldie days, and drink that. Hence the hair of the dog.
Plus 750 mils of vodka.
And I think you have
Should
to do it
cure
the day
cure
after.
the hangover.
You got to at
yeah,
least do it the
yeah,
day
yeah.
after the big bite. So there you go, boys. There's a little bit of
Yeah, it's an amazing history lesson
It is.
wrapped up in a science lesson.
And
I think we've ended the science section,
did
haven't we?
we?
it does tend to work sometimes, but you're really just delaying the inevitable with the hair of the dog tactic.
I think so. If you're going to start drinking dog juice, it's
You're up shit creek.
curtains for you. What's his name? The guy that writes the plays.
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare. Shit's up for you,
The
Shakespeare.
word guy.
I'm trying to think of the guy, anyone from 1600s.
Speaking of
Ye old wordy guy.
Yeah.
Speaking of history, I watch a lot of trivia stuff.
Okay. You watch?
always-
Read?
No, I watch a lot of trivia shows.
Okay.
If there's a trivia show on, I'll watch it for a bit.
Red, blue, black, red, yellow. The answer is yellow. See?
Yes. But what I found...
What are we talking here? Stephen Fry, QI.
QI, I'll get you QIs, I'll get you... I won't
Where's
go
the
you
beef?
McGuires or whatever.
Yep.
ABC or SBS related. Think Tank's the new one.
Yep.
And I'm
Yeah, you guys are watching
quite
free-to-air
enjoy-
television, right?
Occasionally.
Let's just...
Fucking hell, man.
Mum, okay.
Oh, yeah, big shout out to Mum.
And there's a pattern forming with the think tank one. There's right at the end of the show, the last question is, they call it Question Impossible, and it's like the think tanks are the 9 people that they've got answering questions haven't answered that one right.
Wow.
Ever.
Yeah, they get 400 or 500 questions. They answer the questions, and that
Yeah.
was one that they didn't get.
Okay.
But what I've noticed, back to the history thing, it's always Greek mythology.
Okay.
It's the name of the Greek goddess. It's your...
Which was
yeah. Who was the first... what was the first...
Greek goddess of what?
what was the first thing ever in Greek mythology? The first thing made in Greek mythology.
Pulisticus.
I think they phrased it something like that, and it was chaos was the first thing in Greek mythology.
Okay.
And
Makes
then,
sense.
And then last night it was what is a plutocrat? A Pluto. Pluto is a Greek god, and I think it was someone who derives their power from their money.
Derives their crat from Pluto.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe not derives it, but yeah. There
Sure.
you go, plutocrat. So Trump, his power is in his money.
Okay.
You know.
Yep.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start boning up boys on Roman mythology or Greek mythology.
So you can answer
and
that.
Roman. Yeah, hold up.
You're going to bone up on Greg style.
Yes, thought you would do that.
I'll meet you at the vomitorium.
Yeah. Interesting stuff. Could win yourself.
A chop out.
Look, man, you'll be at a trivia night.
That's right.
And you could possibly get chopped
If you
out.
know what a
plutologist is.
Yeah, there's just so many. I don't know what the story is. What is the gag? What is it like Indian gods where there's like 250 of them I'm going to have to remember? Like,
Yeah,
I know I've got your Zeuses and you've got your Venuses. And
very well covered.
Sure do.
Very well covered. I think every subtle aspect of humanity was covered by a god.
Oh, God.
And
God.
and Greek style, ironically.
Yeah.
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 Which is
like,
good.
Do you like Greek style?
I tell you, I love Saganaki.
Yeah.
I do like that cheese they put in Caesar salad.
Yeah.
Is there cheese in Caesar salad?
No.
Feta.
Oh,
Feta.
wait, no. That's
Is that
the
in,
old
That's in Caesar.
Parmesana.
Okay. What's the one with the eggs? That's Caesar. Caesar
Yeah,
salad.
that'll do.
Yeah, that's got Parmesan, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Parmesan. Great.
Wow.
You've definitely covered that. You're right over there, Tim.
Can I go back to a old time favourite of ours?
Mm.
It's not a. Oh, actually, what is it? It's. Have I got the siren here? It's here. Hello, Trevor. No, it's not Trevor. No. It's. We got him, Sarge.
Excellent.
Okay.
I'll tie in with my prison story from
Okay,
earlier.
cool. So we got him, Sarge. So the saga continues, right? So my scratched car is out in the street. We've given up on it.
Well, it's a Trevor.
It's dead. It kind of is
it's
a
a part
hello.
Trevor.
It is a hello, Trevor. So the car's out in the street, and my beautiful wife says, "Why don't you take the plates in, because we still owe Rego on it, which means you'll get cash back."
Yeah.
Right. So I take the plates up, hand them in.
Like a good citizen.
It's really quick.
Take
You
the
get one of
plates
those-
in. Wouldn't take the foxtail in for a cheeky 30.
No, I didn't want to touch the fucking fox. That was the whole point. No foxy boxing. So I took the plates up there, and she goes clickety click 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 caroo, and it's $60 back. She
Excellent.
goes, "That'll be 3 weeks. The check will come in the mail. It'll probably take about 3 weeks to clear." So
And we're
I
taking
won't-
10%
Yeah.
for the tax off.
So I'm not going to see that $60 for about 6 months. So the
It's
car
money in
is.
the
So that's a
bag.
little handy little $60
It
car. It's going to be awesome, man.
It's tasty.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend that about 85 times before I get it, basically. So the car's out in the street. It's got no plates on it. And, excuse me, I'm just about ready to get rid of it for good. I haven't quite put my plan into play, which was to put a sign on the car from an anonymous person with anonymous handwriting, which couldn't be mine because I'm pretty sure he's seen my handwriting, that says, "I've taken photos, I've taken video footage of somebody damaging your car, just to let you know I came over, you weren't home, I'll contact you this week, here's my number." And I ripped the number off the bottom. Right? So it looked like I knew, but I left it on for the dog that's been scratching my car, right?
So
And
if
what
you're
it
not
does-
if you're not following, Tim's setting a trap.
I'm setting up a trap, an
is.
elaborate trap.
Ah.
But I don't get to the sign stage, right? I took the plates off, and I thought there's a couple of days left before I maybe sell the car.
You spent a
or
good
get it.
24 hours, dreaming
about
out
it,
the plan.
Dreaming out the plan.
So
Just
you
having a
did
bit
all
of
the
fun
hard
with it.
work.
Have a bit of fun with it before you get the
Meanwhile,
prop.
there's been a nice V-dub. Shout out to V-dub. You know, they're Nazi tanks.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
It seems to be a car that's dumped outside of my house. It's been there for about 3 weeks. So I call the fuzz, all right? And I said, just being a good Samaritan, there's a car that's been stashed on the very dangerous corner of a busy road in my street out in front of my house. Can you please remove it? Oh, we don't do that. Okay. What do? Call the council. They'll send somebody around and they'll tow it away. All right, cool. Thanks, Sarge. See you later.
The council come around.
So I call. Oh no, fucking hell. So I call the council. Good Samaritan. There's a car. Stashity stash.
Been
Blah
here
blah
for 3
blah
weeks,
blah.
Yeah.
The rego is this. Or can we get your contact details just in case something comes up? No worries. So I wait and I wait and I wait. And then I go to pick up the kids from school. I come outside my property and there's a big fluorescent sticker stuck on my windscreen saying, "This car is illegally parked and is unregistered. Please have it removed within the next 4 days by 9 a.m. or we'll tow it away at your cost, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I've called up the council and said, you fucking dipshits, and fucking come around here.
Now, did you? Were
No,
you
I was
swear?
kind
did
of
you
nice to
swear?
start off
Did
with,
you use
right?
that voice?
This is my Aussie bloke complaining.
So what's happened?
voice.
So you've
Phone
lagged in a car that's been stashed, and because you've taken the number plates off your car, when the
They've
guy,
come
when the
around,
goon
they've put a
came
sticker
around-
on my car.
Oh,
Sorry,
hold up.
that should have been clearer.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's right. It was very unclear.
Yeah.
Okay. So I reported this car. I've called up and I'm going, you're bloody idiots have come around here and seen my car sitting here, right? I've reported it, and then they've stuck a sticker on my car.
Yeah.
Right.
And also, when you called up, I'm assuming you said it's a V-dub, it's a white car.
It's silver, it's this, it's that, it's the other, right? So
all
I've
the
been
evidence, all the
sticking-
evidence was there for the.
All he had to do was
council.
come around, and she's gone tappity tap tap taroo on the old keyboard and pulled it up and gone, is it XUX 678? I can say that now because I'm handing the plates. Right? You can't really do anything with that information. But she said, oh yeah, now just to let you know that the car was illegally parked, and I said, but I've reported the other car, like, what? It's
Backfired.
no, she's got no. We're obliged if we send around an officer. We're obliged if we see a car stashed on the side of the road to report it to the council, and it is against the law, and you're breaking the law. And I've gone, wait a minute. I've done the right thing here, and
Another listener.
another listener, and I'm getting quite fired up here, right? I said, you don't know my situation. Now this is when. Comes back into it.
Right.
Because I've said to the lady, because she's not going to help me, basically. Someone's reported the car. They knew because there was a fucking sticker on the window, right? So they got my thing. So I can't not have the car. I can't have the car out there anymore as of 9 a.m. on the date. So I said to her, I said, what you don't understand
I'm
is...
setting a trap.
Yeah. I've done the right thing. I've handed in my plates yesterday. The paperwork probably isn't even through yet, right? So it's still registered. I'm grabbing onto what is it?
Grasping
on straws here, right? And you guys come around. I've done the right thing. He's bloody stuck a sticker on my car. What you don't know is that because my car was getting vandalised by a local person. He's been damaging my car, which forced us to buy another car. I've only got one spot in my driveway, and I'm starting to think, oh, fuck. It's too much information for this woman.
Right.
I said, so basically, I wanted to sell the car, so now I can't sell the car because I've got to get it from you guys if you tow it. So you fucked me, right? You fucked me. She goes, oh, you are breaking the law. I've gone, if I put the other car out on the street, this asshole is going to scratch it like he has done, and he's damaged the car.
And I've
that was
called the
there as well.
fuzz.
I've called the police, and I've done this. So basically, you fucking fucked me. And now I'm fucked. Beep. And hung up on the
Timmy
fucking bitch.
Taco.
God damn it.
That is not like the
So I went
chill
out there.
DJ we
no,
know.
I went out
growing
there.
to
and
know and love.
Really?
I went
That's
out
right.
there and I cut the sticker off, and then
Did you move your car down a little bit so you don't get a ticket?
So I chucked me old plates on, which I had, and I drove it over to mum and dad's. Big shout out to mum and dad.
So
Car
you've got an
driveway.
abandoned car at your house when you get
Don't
home from
report
your
it.
London trip.
Don't report it. Yeah, but anyway, that's my
Yeah, so you going to pay that fine or?
no fine unless
fine.
they came and took it.
No, okay. Yeah.
So
I thought you
can't
might
really
have got a
say-
parking fine as well.
Hey, if
so-
it's any consolation, someone's going to come and have to check in 4 days if it's still there. So that's a wasted trip for them.
Okay, wasted trip.
If you're feeling petty.
So that's
Yeah,
it. We got him. Oh, you got me. You got me. I'm breaking the law. I'm putting my car on the street. And you go put stickers on my car. Now I can't sell it. You fucked me. Dude, you following me here?
I'm feeling you.
Yeah.
So
That was
after all that,
interesting.
what happened to the actual illegitimate car?
So I go out the other day. No, the kids came in. They said, someone's out the front. Someone's out the front with cars. So I'm like, oh, here we go. It's again out the front. So I go out there and the bloke is picking up his silver car. I've gone, mate, this car has cost me a world of pain. What is it doing here?
Yeah.
Tell me. He goes, I went on a trip to Hong Kong, a business trip. I got the car broke down. I got it towed. They towed it to here. So when he got home from his trip, he went to his driveway and called up the tow guys to say,
Where's me car?
"Where's me car, you dogs?" Right? And we dropped it off at this place. So he's over there picking it up. I said, mate,
I want money.
I actually went around his car and I said, look, the only thing is, I've got this guy in the street. He's damaging the car. And I said, was this there? Was this there? Was this there? He's been damaging that car too.
So
I'm telling you
this
now.
isn't a personal thing. He's a serial offender.
No, it's out the front of my place. He thinks
Oh, I think that's your car.
this is my new car. And he's damaging it. Proving yet again, if I put my car out the street, you fucked me.
Tell you who's getting fucked. The bloke who left his car there. That poor fella had to go away. His car's been dropped off. You're fucking meddling in his business thinking you're going to call up the council. You've called the cops and the council to get this guy screwed. Trevor thinks it's your car. He's put Didsol in his bloody car. And you're still bloody yelling at the guy who left his car there.
There it is. We got him,
We
Sarge.
got him, Sarge.
We fucking got him, Sarge.
That's a win. That is a win, though. You've come up all right on that, I guess.
So don't call the cops.
No.
Don't call the cops.
No.
Unless you absolutely have to. Do you know what? They don't do anything.
They don't do anything.
Miss O lost her keys the other day. Well, I thought I lost the key the other day.
Yeah.
Turned out I hadn't. It was behind the colander. But yeah, no. She called the police just to see if it had been, and they say we don't do that anymore. We don't take keys.
What do they do?
They said could be in the letterbox. Have you checked around the car or close shops? But they don't accept keys anymore. They don't accept personal
I'm not buying
belongings.
that. Well, we don't accept dead bodies here. No,
Yeah.
that's a job for the morgue or the funeral parlour. You dogs.
Yeah, don't know.
We got him, Sarge.
Well, I'll tell you what they did get
What
in
did they
this
get?
story from 5 days ago on Fox News. So just be wary. Could be
It could be anything.
completely fake.
Could be a story from Murdoch.
Dozens of pencils, 7 tweezers found inside inmate's birth canal.
Ooh.
Georgia Sheriff's Office.
Wait,
says.
which male or female?
Well,
vodka?
Tim.
I knew you were trying to watch.
Yes, dozens, and there's a little pic of some of the
thanks for the pic.
pencils
We got
there.
a picture of
they're out.
of the stash. They're out. I want to see him in because it'd be similar to that
it's gone,
world
yeah,
record. To that world record shot of the guy with all the cigarettes in his mouth. That's where I like to keep my pencils, all right? Hey, you blokes got a sharpener?
Does the Guinness Book of Records get involved in something like that?
I think they've got to start
Most-
a category for sure.
Most pencils
Yeah.
stashed in
Birth canal.
in birth pocket,
Birth pocket.
in front pocket.
There's no. We don't even need to read the other details. Really, it's just
No, that's
she got arrested. That's where she's keeping her stash. I mean, you can do lots of shivving with dozens of pencils, or you could write your memoirs while you're in prison.
I did watch
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
What is it? It was on Netflix. Something about the Western Australia prison. It's hard as right.
Yeah.
And they were talking about. I don't know if you've ever watched prison documentaries, but in the warden's office, there's always a shelf with their contraband that's been seized
Yes.
from the
Inmates.
Like a little trophy cabinet.
Do you know this story, or am I telling the story?
So one thing he did say is, we find all kinds of materials. Like once we even found that one of the inmates during an inspection had stashed one of his razor sharp shivs up his back pocket.
All right, up his
Yeah.
man pocket.
Man pocket.
just like
Man stash.
And his birth canal.
In his man spot.
his birth canal. That's right. Now, what would you bring to?
What would I stash?
Yeah,
what
well,
would I
if you're gonna
stash?
because I know she's going to write her memoirs with these pencils. She's got tweezers, so she's going to probably start a beauty shop, entrepreneurial styles in prison. So that in mind, What are you going to bring
I'm gonna
stay
in
away?
in my stay away.
Mm.
I'll probably pack one of those really big 20-inch filing things. You know, yeah, you can cut the bars with a file.
Oh, yeah.
File.
To escape out. Yeah, a file, but a big 20-incher. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
There's
I could-
probably
I reckon
plenty
I
of
could
20
stash that
inches in prison. Maybe. That's probably a bit elaborate.
Sure.
Oh, with the 20 inches, I would go probably 20 inches of like a salami, so that I could either have some snacks at night, or sell it to other inmates,
or lose a lot of sleep.
And what happens is, the good thing about the salami
Yeah.
is like what happens is like you can just like go
Eat
to
it?
well you don't it's none of the wardens are ever going to know that you've got it, so you can just go from cell to cell and like I'll get $5 worth, and you just
And you
like
just-
Or is it more of like a homeopathic device? Or after a hard session of prison rape, then
Yeah.
a little bit of salami.
You get a bit of salami.
Just
Hey,
the
this
day
guy's
after
paying out.
can make it feel better.
that's what I'm
Sounds
taking.
delicious. Okay. What are you going to take into prison?
Some Sally's No More Gaps.
Okay.
Or Expander Foam.
Seal it up.
When in doubt, just hit the sprout.
Yeah. Sure.
I love that.
That's
Whatever.
great.
That's a good
good
one.
little plug for Sally's there.
Do we start applauding Trump now or later?
Applauding?
No, I see. This is
applauding.
what I'd like to. This is what I'd like
The
to. bring
greatest politician of all time. Yeah,
out. I think
No?
it.
You
I think it-
misspoke
wait, I
appalling.
think it like smacks of conspiracy.
Yeah,
Right?
Oh yeah.
Can I go there?
Let's go.
So I think before all this went down, good old Trump and what's
Kimmy.
his name? Kimmy.
Kimmy
Met up.
Illfingers, I think it is.
Kimmy
Kimmy
Hilfingers.
Hilfingers.
Yeah. Kimmy Hilfingers met up and went, right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to stage somewhat of a Cold War, somewhat of a threat.
Hey,
Then
can I
what's
just...
gonna happen?
Dennis Rodman was in the room, wasn't he?
Who's
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman?
Dennis Rodman.
Fill me in.
He's an American
out.
basketball player with
Fill me
a
out.
notorious history of being a wild boy. And
Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, you remember
Yeah.
the guy you
No.
DJ'd
Yeah.
for?
Yeah, I
the-
DJ'd for his tour.
There you go. So why you
I'll
asked
show you
him?
photos of that.
Yeah.
Because I thought you said Denny...
Daryl Hackman. No, Dennis Rodman. Apparently he goes over to North Korea every now and then and
Sure does.
Hangs
apparently
Sure enough.
smokes meth with Kim Jong-un or something. I don't know.
He's doing something.
Checked himself into rehab
Yeah.
last time he got home anyway.
So the conspiracy, I think it's a pre-worked out thing. So
Yeah.
what'll happen is we'll just get together and work it out. I'm doing air quotes, by the way, when I say that in that way.
Yeah.
And then we'll resolve our issues, and then everyone will have some level of peace. Yeah,
Yeah.
pre-worked out.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like,
Oh, I'm going to meet up with you. I'm going to shake your hand. We're going to have such a great time, and then what? Peace ensues. It's a scam.
it's well, look, South Korea is basically America because it's a stepping stone. It's the biggest American base in
Communism?
the world. No, South Korea is
South Korea.
It's it's democracy and capitalism, democratic, all that kind of stuff. But it's the last sort of the border between America and China,
Okay.
and North Korea is the duck in the middle that
Certainly is.
Isn't that
It's-
who he
it's very
negotiated
interesting.
with? The North?
he's
North.
he's yeah.
He's Northy.
Yeah.
North side.
And so you want, that's why China's never really fucked with North Korea, because North Korea are holding off the Americans pretty much.
Don't they... Isn't it on their border? North Korea's on there. Yeah?
North
So-
Korea is on the border of the South Korea.
Yeah, but don't they have to ally with them? Because they're on their turf?
Well, this is the political
side with,
it's
Politics.
politics. It's the smoke and mirrors. Like, we don't know what they're talking about.
But what's your
That's right.
your angle on it?
That is my angle. On
Okay,
it.
fine.
Look, I think people want to stop spending money. Trump doesn't want. I don't know. Fuck.
He doesn't want to spend
Who
stop
knows?
spending money.
Who knows? I don't know. But it's definitely not what they're telling us it is.
Who knows? I don't know. I'm
I'm
Jezbot.
Jezbot, reporting live from
Who
Turnstyle
knows?
Records
I
Studios.
guess we'll never know.
But I do have one final conspiracy theory that I've been working on this week, and I just want to get it on the air so that I'm to confirm that I'm the first one to say it.
To confirm, it's a conspiracy, a made-up
A
conspiracy.
made-up conspiracy that I I've never heard before, but it came into my brain,
Wow.
so therefore it must be
Your thought.
real. Because if I've, collective consciousness, if I've thought about it, someone else.
It's mine. I
Possibly.
flogged it.
The Denver airport, it's look the Denver airport up. It's supposed to be one of the biggest American bunkers at the moment. Well,
Underground bunkers.
it's not, because the real bunkers you don't know about. You see, because that's the best thing about a bunker is you don't know it exists.
That's true.
And there's always been bunkers. You
Yep.
see them from the 50s, 40s, all the war times. Bunkers,
Yep.
bunkers, bunkers.
Bunkers, small and large.
Get a bunker, install a bunker.
Yep.
Spunk a bunker,
Yep.
whatever you want.
If you've got the means, make a bunker.
You should.
Yeah.
And they've been doing it for years. We grew up in caves, coming
That's
up
right.
as man.
Comes naturally.
It does. So there's all these bunkers around, and the thing about having a bunker full of, you've got your food, you've got your all your
Non-perishables.
technology, non-perishable, you've got all your technology stashed in there. But what do you need? You really need some DNA in there. You need to,
Like people.
like people.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so every year, right, we've talked about on other previous podcasts, how many children go missing worldwide every year in every country?
That's hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
And this is what's happening out there, people. This is the hot tip. Your government is building these secret bunkers. You hear about the seed bank? All these seed banks?
Yeah, I know the seed bank.
No,
Yeah.
it's not seeds. It's seeds.
Seeds, semen.
Seeds.
Semen seeds.
You made the gesturing hand.
I did make the gesture. It's more of a...
Human seeds.
Yes, human seeds. And so every year, your government's building another bunker. They're filling it up with another 20,000 people, kids, so they don't really remember the outside world, so they live in the bunker
Yeah,
in
so they're
perfect,
populating.
Oh, yeah.
relative harmony.
Control
Much more adapted to living in a bunker-like society.
If you didn't know that the outside world exists.
You could use them for space travel as well, because they'd be used to close
See?
encounters.
Yeah.
This is it. Well, that's where all the Stargates are, in the bunkers. But anyway, that's another theory. But look up this Denver airport. It's
But
there's
with
some
so
really
many kids,
strange,
like,
Really
strange,
huge bunker.
Yeah.
So if did you get? I ducked out for a drink there. 'Cause I heard this all
You missed half
weekend.
the story.
But I know the whole
Yes,
story.
yeah.
I know the whole story. But even if you account for those lost children,
Yes.
let's just say sex trade.
Oh,
That's
a percentage.
let's just say murder.
Yeah.
Let's just say
Fake news, Tim.
Yeah.
Fake news, Tim.
No, even if it's 1%, they can't. Like it's the same as UFO sightings. Even if there's one you can't explain,
That's right.
then it must be.
Now I'm
something
sure
weird.
that the like you're saying, the sex trade and people just murdering kids and people going missing or people.
Business is great. Business is
Well,
brilliant.
I mean, it's I'm sure there's a lot of that going on, but I think we're also fed a lot of
Children.
yeah, probably Soylent Green.
Soylent Green, that's right.
I think we're fed a lot of fake news, little false flags here and there to
Definitely.
make us think the trade's way bigger
Definitely.
than it is.
I think there's a lot
Because
of that.
where are they? What
The
do we
doom
need
and
to do?
gloom.
Yeah, doom and gloom us so that we go, oh, everyone's killing all these people. But no, we're putting them in the bunkers and they're fighting the secret space force through the Stargate.
That's right.
Fire.
Just
the
when you
child
thought
trade.
there was nothing to worry about.
Well, you need soldiers.
There
man.
is.
But from the bunkers.
From the bunkers.
Yeah, no, I like
we
it.
need soldiers.
We do. We need.
Don't
we
we?
need super soldiers. Is what we need in
Yes.
this future.
So there you go. Is the that's Jezbot's conspiracy.
Another one
Heard it here
onto
first.
that with the kids and whatnot. And, you know, there's a big thing with the anti-vaxxers, how it causes autism and whatnot. And I don't agree with that. I think being anti-vaccination is very dangerous, regardless, you know, and I'm open to all sorts of different lines of thought, but vaccinations are important. So if you're on the fence about it, vaccinate your bloody kids. But funny that, you know, they say it causes autism, and would there be a reason for that? I know some people in defence, and apparently there is a whole program designed to seek out kids with autism and then employ them in cybersecurity because they're exceptional at finding errors in code.
Oh, it's ones and zeros.
Yeah.
It's a matter
Yeah.
of ones and zeros.
So it is. Autism is utilised. It has been militarised.
Yeah,
okay.
right. There you
yeah,
go.
there you go.
Because we do need all these people with different wavelengths, like artists, like the
that's
best.
right.
The best. Yeah, if we drug everyone up and everyone's just mellowed out now.
Yeah, but
we're not
okay,
gonna
so
get any
let's
good
just
art.
say we're
Exactly.
vaccinated for like polio or
Yes.
something, some game like that. That's a game, isn't it?
That's Marco Polo.
That's Marco Polo.
Yeah.
So let's just say polio, right?
Yeah.
So, everybody's been vaccinated
Yeah,
for it,
yeah. The herd.
but let's just say my kid
vaccination.
hasn't. They have.
Yes, let's just say
Let's just say that. Let's just say they haven't. How are they going to catch it if everybody else has been vaccinated? So, is there really a harm in not vaccinating?
Well,
I just want to know.
The thing is that they don't eliminate the diseases altogether. They eliminate the fact that we contract them. Some of these viruses or diseases can still exist in other animals and other things, and we just can.
You got your cooties. You got your girl germs.
That's right.
Boy germs.
But
just speaking about boy germs, just as
no,
I just had
put it
to.
away.
Well, we just went for a walk before the dogs, and I just went for a walk, and Frankie just had a little bit of a dingleberry, and I had to stand there and dig it out with a plastic bag. On the street.
Is that's not a regular
So
occurrence for you?
no, I
dig it
never.
out.
Yeah, well, it was around there.
You gotta
It
do
was
the
around
pick
there.
out.
I had to do the pick out of the hair, and I definitely have cooties now. I definitely have.
That's how you get cooties.
That's how it spread.
you got
And
some of
if
that
you're-
antibiotic-resistant cootie
Well,
right on.
I've been luckily I'm immune to. I've been.
You're immune to dysentery.
I've been. I had the shot,
Oh,
so I can't get cooties.
Is that
That's
the
right.
hair of the dog? You eat a little bit.
yeah, that's
Just
right.
eat a little bit of that. Yep.
But that's what you
And it
get from
doesn't taste-
whippersnipping.
This hair tastes like shit.
Whippersnipping, you can quite often find yourself splattered in the mouth.
Can ya? Do ya?
It can happen. Have you not ever happened? That's never
No.
happened.
No, it's
true.
No.
Hey,
It's
that's happened to me.
Oh, sorry. That's
that
shout
why-
out to Dan Oz right there.
Yeah, is that why I never get sick? Because I'm immune to poo particles.
I think it helps.
That's how you get immune to the cooties. Yeah.
Eat a little bit of shit. Not a lot of shit, just a little bit of shit.
Yeah, I do a similar thing by having a dip in St Kilda Beach every day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
but
figure I'm never
remember
gonna
St
catch
Kilda
anything.
Beach being like the bottom of the barrel, like that was where the sewage came out or something, isn't it?
it's
Isn't
terrible.
there something like that back in the day?
Yeah, for sure. St Kilda was the dumping ground of your dumping ground.
Okay, so you take a dump, have a dump, do a dump, join us.
Yeah,
Wasn't that their motto?
well, something like that. Hey,
Have a dump, do a dump,
There's different
live in
sections.
dump.
Some of it's worse than others, but I remember one time I used to do this skimboarding thing, and we were getting filmed for
You were the world
television.
champion.
A world champion, yeah, Australian champ.
Champ.
That was they had to film. They wanted to film for this show on Channel 10, but they wanted it all to be like we're at St Kilda. You know, they didn't want to do it at a decent beach for the sport. It just had to be at St Kilda. We were riding amidst used prophylactics, syringes floating, dead animals, like all in the one
But
thing.
worst of all, skimboards. yeah,
That's good.
And the fuckwits that ride them. But you won that, right?
No, well, I won a few competitions.
Yeah,
but-
just say you fucking won it.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it,
no,
mate.
that was for a telly show.
Yeah, telly show.
Yeah.
We still call it telly?
Telly.
Oh, no. Only the people that watch free to air still call it telly.
What do you call it?
Netflix.
Yep. See,
Or
that's like
computer.
calling
or
a
streaming.
vacuum a Hoover. That's not what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to sound so dated in about 10 years.
Oh,
and
I
everyone's
know.
going, Netflix, man.
Netflix, man. Why don't you get on...
Ask Jeeves.
yeah. Or what's that other one that was before Facebook?
MySpace.
My face. Why don't you sit on my face all day? Oh, no. Someone was just shouting that at me. Okay.
Yeah. Link
I
it
just
in with the
realised.
blue teeth.
Jeepers Christ. That's...
So, do you
covered
reckon
some
it's
ground
possible to win a race when you're dead?
What's that? Say that again.
Do you think it's possible to win a race when you're dead?
If it's the race of who dies first, yes.
That's a good point. But what if it's not? What if it was a horse race?
Okay.
Yep.
Dead horse.
So,
horse?
1923, Frank Hayes became the first ever jockey to win a horse race despite being dead
He died on the horse.
mid-race.
Oh, yeah.
Had a heart attack. Obviously, the horse knew something was wrong, so rushed
Because he
to the
stopped
end.
whipping.
Yeah, beat 20 to 1 odds. 20 to 1 odds.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
And what motivated the horse most was that he got that he stopped whipping
Yes, that's
and
right.
that he was dead on
Actually,
his
do you know
back.
what happens when you die?
Oh,
You shit yourself. That's probably what got him running.
does everyone shit
Didn't
themselves?
want to get cooties.
Have we all got that to look forward to?
Yeah. I don't know. Well, you don't have to look forward to it because I don't think you notice or care that much.
Kids gather around. Grandpa's dying. You know, this is his last couple of days, last couple of minutes, maybe even his last couple of breaths. Oh, there he goes. He shit himself. Yep, he's dead.
It's coming. Yeah, no, because
I hope I don't shit myself when I die. Who's on that detail?
Nobody.
No,
Nobody.
surely the
That is
dudes
the
the
dark,
dudes that put all
desolate
that.
thing about life, Tim.
dudes
No
that-
one helps you shit when you die.
Yeah, okay. But who cleans up your shit?
Well,
like, I
I'm-
know they put the makeup on you, make you look alive.
it'll be me. I'm used to it. I've been cleaning Frankie's dog shit up, so
Well, I'll try not to swallow a bunch of hair then.
no
Wouldn't
tacos.
that be the joke?
Yep.
When you know
Grandpa's
you're
just
going to
about to
go
die.
to start feeding up on Taco Bell.
tacos.
There he goes, Grandpa, eating a big clump of hair again. Oh, he shit himself. Yep, he's definitely out. He's definitely about to die. Or Grandma.
Just anyone.
Death
Everyone
is not-
shits themselves.
Death isn't sexist. It really isn't.
Yeah,
But
it's coming
I think
for
we've
it.
established that. Yeah,
Sure.
everyone shits themselves, and
Everyone shits themselves. Never
I think
shit
that's-
myself.
I reckon that's something. To
Never
be-
shit myself. No, and I've had this
have we
debate.
talked about this on the radio?
I've
No,
before?
we've
I've
talked about
shouted
it in
before.
private. Because
Oh, right. I
know
feel
we've
like
talked
I've
about-
mentioned on this program how many times I've shit myself far too often.
No, but somebody who's familiar to both of us, and I'm not going to mention on the show. He's brought it up many times. Oh, you know, shit myself on the weekend. I'm like, man, that is like to the extreme. I would never. First of all, I would never admit it, so you don't know if I've shit myself or not. So
So you could be lying.
I
right
could
now.
be lying right now. Now that I say that,
Yeah.
but I would never make it like the story.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No, that comes in episode 105.
No,
not
it comes
episode-
in when somebody brings it up, and then everyone goes. You go around the room, and they go, "You shit yourself. You shit yourself. You shit yourself." But honestly, never done it. Right? Never shit the bed.
You've never
never
lived, Tim.
pissed the bed.
Right,
Right?
no.
Never pissed myself. Right? Never admitted it. So,
I've never pissed myself
not in that
either.
order.
So I guess
What?
I'm proud of that.
From being drunk.
No,
That's
I
what
don't
would
think I've...
happen, wouldn't?
I
Isn't it?
don't know about that. Would be from being drunk, yeah.
I reckon I can hold it for about 8 days.
And
I have been holding it for 8 days.
reabsorb it like
Right.
homeopathic water. But it's like
Or that,
there's not much in there. Just mainly-
like that action guy. What's his name?
Bear Grylls.
Bear Grylls.
Drink it from a snake.
I'm shit with names tonight.
yeah, you've really.
Hear that, folks? Yep. That's not a message coming through. That's
Schlinkety.
the ice in my scotchy scotch.
Well, look,
Excellent.
I think we've covered anything else up on the plate.
Yeah,
Up
you got
on
that TikTok.
Yeah, I've got it. Got Trump. Got a bit about black cats.
Grandpa
punch to the
shits himself.
face.
Yep.
Oh, I did. I got my gas bill, and because the first part of winter, I thought that the heater was broken. It wouldn't start up. The ducted heating. So I just went, we'll cast this winter, we'll just do firewood. So we went and collected that firewood. Thanks
Sure.
for helping Tim
No
that day.
worries,
That
yeah.
firewood's gone. I need to go get more
Of
firewood.
course you do.
But the gas bill came in 15% decrease from this time last year. So that's a big.
So what?
That's great
it's a big.
news.
Okay, yeah,
Can we
give
just
you
get
that.
a bit of that?
Good one for the
15%.
environment.
Yep.
But
Well, I did burn a lot
electricity
more
bills through the roof. Food cost and petrol costs at an all-time high.
Yeah,
Yep.
burning a lot of wood.
And fuck the planet.
Yeah, fuck it. Well, fuck it. What's the carbon footprint of a fire?
A wood
place?
fire?
Oh, yeah, it's
That's quite
something.
significant.
It's not as significant as when we have bushfires.
Okay, so can I just pose?
It's not as significant as a
Can I just
volcano.
pose this to
Yeah.
you that if it's quite significant, then surely the millions of years of human development where we discovered fire, used fire, burnt fire, etc., surely that had more impact on our last 100 years of carbon footprint. Surely they were imprinting it.
No.
No?
No.
It's not a
That's like
smaller
it's
scale.
that.
Smaller scale. It is a blatant release of carbon into the atmosphere. There's no doubt about
A
that.
lot. It's a lot.
Oh, it's a blatant fucking
Like you think about when you get the big bushfires and it's like half a state or whatever. That's a lot of, like you're saying, a lot of stored carbon up in those trees up in there.
So do we all get like a week off the carbon footprint thing? So if
After a big fire,
I'm using my phone, I'm using my, well, whatever creates carbon footprint. I don't know. What?
everything.
Car? Everything?
This podcast.
Do I get off the hook? It's like, if it's like, like, don't be a wally with water. Save your water.
Yeah.
Well, be sure it's fucking drought. Be sure you don't fucking waste water. Then you go out the street, and there's one of those fire hydrants shooting water in the air.
And then you
it's
call it
frustrating.
cancel, and they say, we don't do that anymore.
So you call the cops, and they say, we got him, Sarge.
We found the person that's been using all the water.
We know where the water's been going. We just can't stop it.
No, but that's
So do we all get off the hook? This is what I'm saying.
No,
like,
being-
No,
after
it's-
with
that,
the environment until
No one gets off the hook for starters.
No, after
The
that,
work
do-
is
do
never-
I
the
have
work
to-
never ends.
Okay, so do I need to, like, if there was a fire hydrant going off, spraying water in my street, am I allowed to water my garden then guilt free?
Take buckets of
or do I have to like pull it back and I don't get to water my garden for 2 weeks now? How does it work? How do I undo the carbon
it used to
footprint?
be. It used to be that you weren't allowed to have water tanks for a while there. Remember that time where you weren't supposed to have it? So
Yeah,
that water
catchment tax.
the water that hits the gut is theirs.
many states in
Governments.
America not allowed to collect rainwater.
Yeah,
Not allowed to. It's illegal
Catchment.
to collect rainwater.
What? Well,
because it's supposed to go back into the system so that we can charge you for it.
That's absolutely correct.
man.
So speaking of carbon footprints, do you know that the carbon footprint of cryptocurrency is the same as the country of Spain?
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
How does that have a carbon footprint?
because
Mining.
yeah, you got to
Mining
mine
for what?
You got to mine for the bitcoins, which means you need a computer to set up.
Yeah, and
to
they
mine
run
for- and they-
real hard.
And these
They
nerds,
clock their
it is,
computers.
man.
They run real hard, yeah.
Okay, so what has porn compared to Bitcoin
Nothing.
mining? So
Nothing.
if you're mining for
porn sites.
porn sites,
Oh,
right? Is
clips,
that considered
porn clips.
mining? Because isn't that just using your computer?
No, but these processors, man, big computers, a room full of like 12 computers running all day, all night,
Mining.
just doing whatever the fuck they are, mining. I don't know how it works.
It uses so much power that if you live in a country that charges a lot for power, then it's not economical to do it. You know, in countries with cheaper power, they have much bigger mining systems because it's economical. You can still make money from mining.
So hence the footprint. So
But yeah, it's not cheap.
Yeah.
so what does mining have
Yeah.
a carbon footprint of then? What actual mining?
Actual mining,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's-
it's pretty big. It's
Do you know what I
pretty
mean?
big.
Is that
yeah.
bigger than
Yeah.
is that bigger than Bitcoin?
I'd say so.
Is that bigger than Spain?
I'd say so, considering that mining and all related products turn into either fossil fuels or, it never really stops. All
Yeah.
Bitcoins.
Spain might be Spanish for complain. I think. See what I did there?
I do see what
Made
you
a
did there.
rhyme, rhyming words.
Yeah.
Oh, we're there. We're there. We could be there. Have you got anything on your stupid list? That you
Well, no,
haven't
I've ticked everything. The 15% decrease in my gas bill was the last hit, and then we went off to carbon footprint. So then that's done.
Because I know
There's a
my
little tick.
electrical bill is at an all-time high.
It's because of these fucking
Yeah, have a look
computers
around.
you're running the whole time.
It's buzzing.
Place
This
is humming, yeah.
It is really humming, isn't
Walk
it?
out of here sweating.
Humming, beeping, dinging.
Yep. It's a technology sauna. Hey, have you found anything cool? What's the coolest thing you've ever found?
Found.
Yeah.
I love my bottle collection that I found.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Timmy was telling me about this last week.
you've
I've got a
made
few
this
bottles as
connection.
well.
Kindred
What was,
spirits.
it, what was your oldest bottle?
1800s.
Okay, do you want to
Yes,
shut that
yeah,
down, Jeremy?
I
Because I told
have to
him
shut
about
it
this. I was bragging for you.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to check out yours bottles.
I think they're definitely
bottles.
they could be older, but I'm saying 1800s.
Okay,
What
Jeremy,
was the
hit him
colour?
with
What was the colour of the bottle for starters?
Oh, that was
it clear?
glass bottles. I've got
No,
a
it's
I've got a
greenish-
ceramic bottle. I've got one.
It's got a greenish hue to it.
Oh yeah, they're greenish hues and
Yeah, you might
like
be
they've
lucky.
got that opalescent sort of thing
Yeah.
that the old
Do you want
bottles
to
have.
shut that down?
Well,
Jeremy?
here's the thing. Like, you got to check for the what do you call it? Bit in the top, the hole,
Yeah, the mouthpiece.
the mouthpiece.
Yep.
So an really old one. Where you've anything with a screw top on it, like a screw.
That's modern.
That's 20s plus.
Yep.
A thread.
So, yeah, the thread. So
No thread.
The toppity top. They used to form it with their finger or their, like
That sounds
maybe
hot
not,
and
maybe
dangerous.
not a finger, but it's like it's
Well, they
just-
had a finger attached to a rod, which they prodded down into.
But what they used to do with if you've seen 1840 written on it, it's like how you buy a bottle of Jim Beam from now and it's gone brewed since 1840.
Yeah.
It's deceiving.
Yeah, so that gets buried. It's probably from the 20s, 30s,
Okay.
but I don't know about 1800s. I reckon the product has been around since the 1800s.
Since the 1800s. It'd be interesting to know. You can look it up.
Definitely.
I will respond to your question.
Because I just don't know in the 1800s if they had the technology to do the embroidering that you're talking about.
Okay,
The
shut
embossing,
up.
yeah.
Embossing, yeah.
Okay, shut up. What I've found, and I know I've mentioned this on the podcast before, and I continuously finding it, and it is my superpower, is when we first moved into this house, I always seem to find guitar plectrums everywhere I go. Like, I frequent stages and whatnot, so,
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's rigged. No, it's rigged. But to sort of prove it, I was doing the first bit of gardening I ever did in the house here. And I'm digging, toiling, turning. I'm in there with the dirt. I'm turning the dirt. I'm turning it. And a plectrum emerges from the
Out
dirt,
of the dirt.
with a picture of Jesus on it.
Oh my God!
I've
A
got
Jesus
it.
plectrum. When do you think? Do you think that was from the 1800s?
It might have been.
A biblical time
Look,
plectrum.
by the way, I didn't mean to shut down your 1800 bottles.
Oh, not at all.
Like,
Not at all.
I don't.
I don't know when. Actually, I do know some of them from the 1800s, but
There it is. Look
it
at
is a
it.
Jesus.
It's like a Renaissance one.
It really is, and it's pretty old, and it's well used as well.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you
well
what,
used.
Well used.
if you're ever getting rid of your bottle collection, I'll happily take it off your
That's all I've got, man. That's all I've got.
I got.
But, no, speaking of finding things in houses,
your missus?
someone found a jar
Okay.
in their attic in a box, and they sold it today for 25 mil. But do you know what the coolest thing I've found?
Wept. Jeremy, sell your bottles.
Yeah, you never know. But that was from the King Dynasty. It was a
yeah,
Chinese thing. It was,
Established.
Which was the dynasty that
Established.
preceded the Ming Dynasty.
That's it. Established Ming Dynasty.
in the 1700s, which has probably got a decade on our bottles. But I didn't actually get to.
my favourite's the Minge Dynasty.
Is there another dynasty?
There's no other.
But the first thing I found, I didn't get to keep it, and it's a vague memory I've got, but it definitely happened. And I was about 7 years old, and I was down the tip, and fam was taking some stuff down the tip, and it was one of an old tip where it was basically just a landfill mass where you just backed up and chucked everything into a pile.
When kids,
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was going Carl Stefanovic there. For
Oh yeah.
kids welcome, come down Saturday, have a play in the tip.
Exactly.
Play down at
Go
the needle
nuts.
pile.
What can
Get
you find?
amongst it.
What
Yeah.
can you find? Well, I was rummaging and I found a small duffel bag. It was green and yellow. It was a green bag with a yellow zip. And I opened it and looked inside.
Human head.
No, there was all these documents with printed all over the front, top secret. And then, to top it off, as I found it, there was a bloke on a bulldozer, like 10 metres away, that just said, "Get the bloody hell out of here!" And I had to run away. Ever since,
kids,
ever since,
bottles.
I've been wondering what were those secret documents that I
Top
found.
secret.
Top
Well, they could be
secret.
anything. Well, in a duffel bag though. That's,
Duffel bag at
that
the
is
tip.
top secret.
Oh,
Whoa.
quick, save it.
So for those, I'd stopped. No,
Save
we
it.
did get some
Save
incredible lightning there, which has obviously shocked us to our core.
Yeah, sorry. Well, we just briefly stopped for a minute there because we just completely lost all power. But it was quick enough to not
Lightning?
turn everything off.
The lightning.
So we
was-
had to save.
Did the house get hit?
I think so.
It was very close. I
We
mean,
do get a lot of that. There's a lot of windstorms around our area because we're at the top of a hill, and for a while there, the lines that were coming across from the middle of the street to our place, they were too close together, and they clinked together, and and one night we got up and we're like, "What is that fucking sound? Crack a duck a doodle," and we go out the front and. Sure enough, the power lines are hitting each other, and every time they do that, we were losing power in the house.
bloody hell.
So I auto-saved.
Well, you said it could happen. We were waiting for it.
Well, it was right at the end. That would have really sucked if we lost
I
it
know.
all.
Far
But this program does save data.
Okay.
All's well that ends well.
It is. Well,
Yeah.
speaking of ending,
Yeah. I can smell something.
you can totally smell that. So, look, we covered a lot.
We
You've
did.
already gone off the checklist, so don't check that
No, I
again.
won't. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, that's it. It's another episode, and we'll see you next week with another episode of Turnstyle Digital Presents. This week, I'm Timmy Taco.
I'm Jezbot.
And I'm Sean Enough. We love you.
One pod left, and the three of us.
The escape pod. The escape pod.
What if there are droids in the escape pod? The sensors wouldn't pick them up.
Escape puzzle sounds really nice.
Well, boys, it's a very lovely ship. I think you should go down. Goodbye.